Hi, I'm Spencer. Welcome back to Expat Jack. Today, I'm in Dallas, Texas, doing simulator training for my ATP CTP program. Stay tuned. I spent the last week doing training through ATP flight schools, actually ATP Jets ATP CTP program, which is a program to get me to that last level of pilot licenses in the United States, the FAA Airline Transport Pilot's license. Now, a little bit of background on how you go about doing this. You have to start with the private pilot's license, then you move on to commercial pilot, then you get an instrument rating, multi-engine rating, and you work your way up. Some people become a flight instructor. I don't plan on being a flight instructor. I just want to go fly for an airline. So my next rating I have to get is Airline Transport Pilot, ATP. In order to do that, I have to do a ground school program and simulator training, which is what I just completed this week. Now that I've completed the ATP CTP course, that certificate allows me to go ahead and take the written test for the ATP. Once I have completed the written examination, then I will be eligible to take the flight test. And after that, I will have earned my ATP certificate through the FAA. Right now, my plan is to study for another week before I take the written exam. And then 3 or 4 days after that, I plan on doing the flight test. But for now, since I've completed ATP flight schools, ATP Jets, ATP CTP program, I want to talk a little bit about it, just do a quick review, give some insights, and hopefully that helps anybody looking to further their career in aviation or their hobby in aviation. You don't have to get an ATP just because you want to go fly jets for the airlines. It is a pilot's license worthy of striving for, to continue to learn and progress as a pilot. The program itself through ATP wasn't bad at all. I did 4 days of distance learning, Monday through Thursday. I had a travel day and then 2 days of simulators, which I'm at the end at now, and I will travel back to Connecticut tomorrow. The online portion, because of COVID, was through Zoom, and we started every day at 8 o'clock Central Time, generally finished up about 4 to 5 p.m. Central Time as well. So it was long days of classes, but the classes are great. They're really insightful, looking into the industry as a whole, the airlines, and I found the course really informative. And the instructors are fantastic. They had a lot of experience, and they took some really dry subjects and made them relatable and not so boring. But all in all, it's an orientation to the airline, transport, jet world of aviation. The crew coordination procedures, risk management, basic information on the Airbus and on the 737, and lessons learned from aviation accidents in the past. Coming from the world of military helicopters and transferring to general aviation, so small airplanes, and then now moving to this larger category of transport jets, there's a very obvious perspective that we don't really know what to expect. But what's fantastic about this program is not only were the instructors knowledgeable and had lots of experience, they're able to relate these subjects to us so we could understand how these aircraft work, why procedurally some of the things happen, and lessons learned from accidents that have happened. But having those familiar faces in the simulator with us to teach us firsthand that we can do this was amazing. Coming out of this program, understanding that not only is the next step possible, but it's very achievable with the basic amount of work required, and that we'll be able to fly these larger jets when we get there. It's very, very positive and very confidence building to go ahead and take that next step. So it was a great course overall. It's not set up to be a very difficult course with lots of tests. Yeah, there's a short written test that you have to take after the ground portion, and as long as you understand the answers to each of the questions asked after each module, that's where the test questions come from, so it's not super challenging as long as you pay attention. And once you get into the simulators, it's more of a show and tell. Let's take you through all these procedures. There's no big flight test or anything like that. So it's a great course in the sense that there is not a lot of stress. It is very informative, and it was really fun. I highly encourage anybody who's seeking to further your knowledge as a pilot and move to that next category into airline transport pilot, go ahead and get your ATP CTP out of the way. There's ATP Jets, who I did my program through. There's a couple others out there. I'm sure all of them are great. Just read the reviews. And there are options available if you're former military for using your GI Bill. Just take a look, because they are expensive if you don't. So the next step for me is to take the ATP written test, which I'm going to do in about a week. I've been using the Shepherd Air software to study for it. I'll do a review on that later after I've actually taken the test and have a result, so I can correlate my study habits to that result for you in a more informative review. For now, I'm gonna hit the pool one more time before I have to pack for my trip tomorrow. I hope this video was informative for anyone looking to further their aviation career beyond commercial instrument pilot. If you'd like more aviation related subject matter in my videos, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.